Welcome, everyone. I'm Manveer Sandhu, Chief Innovation Officer at Zennify. We are a data and AI consultancy that specializes in financial services and a strategic systems integration partner with Databricks. Today, we'd like to walk you through our insurance plan intelligence platform, a solution we built on the Databricks Lakehouse that solves one of the most persistent and painful operational challenges in the insurance brokerage space. Here's the reality. Every enrollment cycle, brokerages receive thousands of plan documents from carriers, PDFs, spreadsheets, inconsistent formats across carriers. Today, that data is being manually keyed into spreadsheets, often by contracted offshore teams and other overhead, before pricing specialists can even begin their analysis. The process can take weeks, it's error-prone, and creates bottlenecks at the worst possible time, right when the open enrollment pressure is at its peak. On top of that, sellers go into renewal conversations and lack easy access to what was proposed the previous year, what the employer selected, and how benefits have evolved over time. That context lives in emails, shared drives, people's heads, not where it needs to be. What we built changes that. Utilizing Databricks AI parse document and AI-powered extraction and normalization capabilities and the Lakehouse platform, we've automated the entire pipeline, from carrier document ingestion through to harmonized, structured plan data that's ready for analysis and activation. No more manual data entry, no more weeks and weeks of processing time. Sam Kerr, our technical architect, is going to show you exactly how it works, but at a high level, right now, impact-wise, we're seeing 12x faster plan data processing, core workflows compressed into just a couple of hours, from a couple of hours down to 10 minutes, and a 65% improvement in data validation speed versus manual QA. If you're an insurance brokerage dealing with these same challenges, or if you're with Databricks aligned to insurance brokerages, we'd love to have a conversation. Reach out to me directly or visit Zennify.com to schedule an advisory session. We can map the solution to your specific workflow and path in weeks, not months. Now, let me hand it over to Sam Kerr, our solutions architect, who's going to take you inside the platform, show you how it works end-to-end from carrier document ingestion through AI parse document, all the way to harmonized data output. Sam, please take it away.
Hello and welcome. So it's time again for the renewal process, and typically we receive a bunch of quotes from different carriers for each of our clients, and this is a process of having to look through all of the quote documents and understand who the carrier is, who the client is prepared for, and being able to look at all of the possible plans and benefits that are needed. Typically, these are provided to the brokerage in different formats. It could be PDF. Here's one from one of the carriers, Cigna. It could be in another format like this from United Healthcare. Or perhaps it's not a PDF, but could potentially be an Excel spreadsheet in which there could be many tabs, and one of the tabs may contain the adjusted plan benefits that are being quoted and presented. So with all of these different file formats, instead of manually going through and extracting all of the information, we can use a simple tool backed by a Databricks automation to extract the unstructured files and prepare quote comparison in a format that's friendly across all carriers and plan benefits. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder for the client that I am working on. What this does is create a managed folder structure within Databricks that I can then upload my quote documents to. I'm actually going to create another folder for the renewal year that I am working on. And for that renewal year, I'm simply going to drag and drop the documents that I'm looking to process and upload those to the tool. Now that these files have been uploaded, they are now being processed by the Databricks automation. And in some time, these files will be completed, in which we can go over to the quote comparison and be able to see the raw extracted values. Once the process is completed, we'll see the status of each of the files that we uploaded is now marked as ready. What this indicates on this custom web application is that the processing within Databricks has been completed and the pipeline is finished, and this is ready to now display the extracted quotes in our comparison view. This is going to pull all the employers that have been extracted out of processed documents. In a simple drop-down menu, we can choose Acme from our demo documents, and now an effective date for all the renewals that we've processed. Now we get a visualization of the results. We can see there are 3 distinct carrier plan groupings. We have 2 from United Healthcare, but 2 different files, and the Cigna Healthcare from the Cigna file. So each of these files have different plans that were extracted. We can see the revised has an extra plan that's been added to it. And now we can see all the values in our canonical result, which is in a worksheet format for us to be able to review and compare plan benefits across carriers and revisions. The result includes everything from the in-network cost benefits, the additional benefits, out-of-network, prescriptions, and the actual enrollment numbers and costs. Now we have everything in a standardized view for our comparison. We can also compare and contrast within this view here if we'd like to drop down to the 2 carriers that have revision on plans. And if we'd actually like to look at which plans are being revisioned, we can see the mod 2 balanced 100 in this example versus the mod balanced. And here we can see a difference in the plans. And cost differences. Now, there are 2 different ways we can extract this information. If we like to show everything, we can export in 2 different formats. First, I'll show ability to extract in CSV format. With CSV format, we can see all the raw data that has been extracted and normalized into a reusable form across plans and benefits and carriers. We have a normalized set of variable names that repeat across all carriers and plans that match with the values that have been pulled from the original document. We can see the name of that original document, and we can see the source page from that document that the information has been extracted from. This allows some data lineage in our ability to trace and review and verify the values that have been pulled from the original documents. Additionally, we have Excel extraction. This export will give us the view that we have seen here displayed in a grid format for the plans that have been visualized. Here is the Excel export displaying the same information in a shareable spreadsheet that can be used in your further work streams. This is the conclusion of the carrier quote document import, data extraction, and plan comparison through a simple to use interface powered by Databricks to provide the data. Behind the scenes within Databricks, we have a automated pipeline that is a job to run the file extraction based on an arrival of the documents to a managed volume for this process. This automation is composed of a series of tasks, task 1 and task 2. These tasks are each individual notebooks that perform the steps of first extracting the text out of the documents based on the type of document, and then take the extracted text and map them to a canonical model that makes sense for the brokerage to understand the data across all carriers. Pipeline will take approximately 5 to 10 minutes per file based on the size of the file and whether or not the file is text or image based. The automation performs a combination of optical character recognition and text extraction to be able to work on a variety of file types. Let's take a look at how this data is stored within the Unity catalog of Databricks. Within Databricks, we have a catalog to manage all of the data for the insurance brokerage. We have schemas for the files that we ingest and for the renewal process that we're providing business data extractions for. Within the file schema, we have managed volumes for the raw files that get uploaded, checkpoints for Lakeflow's autoloader, as well as a table for storing the extracted document data that we just reviewed. Using the SQL editor, we can actually navigate our catalog and traverse the files that have been uploaded to the managed volume. This matches the folder and file structure that was represented in our custom web application that we used to upload the files for processing. So within Databricks, we have everything from the raw files to the parsed bronze table representing the documents, the file names, and the extracted text that has been processed. This stores the results of a combination of Databricks' intelligent document processing functions for PDF files, as well as our own custom functions for processing Excel files. We leverage AI methods to perform classification on the extracted tabs from a spreadsheet to determine the right sheet and the right page from PDFs to decipher which values are going to get mapped to our final output. This parsed document stores all the raw text extracted from the files. When it comes to plan benefits for a carrier document, this can be represented in a variety of ways within the extracted text, including HTML tables and JSON documents. We then have a series of functions within our task that is run that processes the parsed documents bronze, performs AI prompting using large language models to extract our canonical format and store it into a final output table for the carrier quote values. This final output table is what drives the screen in the front-end web application, as well as the exports for further business workflows. This represents the canonical form of plan benefits and values across carriers. Each carrier document can have multiple plans, and the benefits will repeat across plans. This table is now available for use in further analytical processing and driving additional insights in the insurance brokerage process.